and we will go.
It usually says Facebook Live.
Yeah, it said preparing to go live, and I thought that we were actually going live. So I believe we're good now. Just hold it here.
There you go.
See it?
There.
Unbelievable. We actually made it here. Are we all live? Let's see. Live.
Yes, it says it online.
Hey. Okay,
Yay.
so listen. Sorry to make you do this twice, Carla. So
that's totally fine.
Thank you
Maybe
so much.
I'll sound better this time.
Thanks so much for like squeezing me in again. So I super appreciate it. So we're going to start all over again and hope our meeting goes as well as it did earlier. So listen, this time last year, you were probably making some plans.
Yes.
What did you do?
Were. Well, we had just moved into the new salon last year. So we went from 600 square feet to over 2,000 square feet. So we jumped into a bigger space and more retail. And yeah, so we were expanding.
Yeah, so you must have been like super impressed when we shut down.
Yeah, it was pretty deflating for a few minutes, that's for sure. But I'm stubborn and I don't give up. And we had talked prior to that. We had gotten into Kevin Murphy right before we shut down, and we saw the growth with that. So I knew that you'd help the sister out, and that we would get going and do something different.
Well, props to you. I mean, we lay down a couple of ideas, and my good Lord, by the time like 2 days later, it was like you were just like on it, and that's pretty tricky to do when you start looking at. At a time when things were just like so uncertain, and every single plan that you had made had just kind of just blew up on you. And to just see you just jump right in like that, it was really super inspiring to me personally. I just got to tell you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to say, so, I mean, you're sitting here now at a time when, again, another shutdown, and I'm talking to you on the phone, and you're like saying, oh, I can't do that right now because I'm renovating for expansion. What?
Yeah. So, well, it was 2 weeks prior to shutting down. We hired a new girl, a new stylist. She had come over, and we're really excited to have her. She's got a full clientele. She's ready to rock and roll, and she comes highly recommended. And yeah, so even through a pandemic, we're still expanding, still going.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, one of the biggest challenges that I come across when I'm talking to clients, customers, is staffing and trying to find staff and to get staff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that a big conversation right now is getting more clients, but getting more clients and as well as stylists. It's really about that attraction, as opposed to, you throw out that ad, looking for a new team member, and you get the apprentice and the hairdresser that, not too sure you wanted. So, I mean, I don't recall you were even like looking.
No, we weren't. So we've hired 3 new employees since January. So yeah, we weren't ever really looking. It just kind of happened organically that they came across us. They wanted to come in and they fit. And we're really big on that and being part of our community. We're a really big family here. Our atmosphere is quite a bit different than some salons that I've been to and worked in. And yeah, so it just kind of happened, and it's great.
Yeah, it really does get down to culture and brand. And I think putting yourself out there and being connected with your community. I know that you did a lot of charity work this over the Christmas, that you did some donations, and that you were just like out there, and you're in a very small town. I would just like to point out to anybody listening, it's not like Carla is sitting in a city. And so for her to see this massive, she quadrupled her business this year, in a year when people are just throwing up their hands and going, what is going on? It's just like, to make a plan and to just go forward and just to say, I am not getting this is not getting the better of me, and just the whole spirit of that. And to watch, it was just it was a joy, absolutely, to watch, for sure.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, community is huge. Community within the salon is big. Community around us, like this is what makes us who we are, and this is how we've survived. And so, giving back to our community has always been really important for us. And that's actually our New Year's resolution going forward. 2021 is going to be very much about building a community within our groups and really trying to get other people active and getting our clients involved and really trying to pull our town together and see if we can just, make something light of it and make 2021 so much better than what we've been through. This town has struggled, and anything that we can do to help is, where we want to be.
Well, I think it's probably safe to say that your business, as your whole idea and picture of this industry and who you are in it, would not be what it is right now without the pandemic. I mean, with these forward thinking thoughts and doing, I mean, I'm sure that when we were talking, a lot of these things seem a little bit out of the box, and it's like, okay, this is an odd and strange girl, but you didn't bother. If you thought I was odd and strange, you were nice enough to not say it right to my face. So thank you for that. But I mean, I'm confident that had this not happened, you would not have been pushed and into this, and that your idea of what success could be for you in 2020 is probably shifted quite a bit to what your success could look like in 2021.
Absolutely. It was taking a leap of faith. I always like to say that when it comes to what you and I worked on and how you helped us and stuff. It was, I trust you. I've seen the growth for that little bit beforehand, and being able to, just jump in and let's go, let's do this. It was good. I mean, the pandemic definitely has taught me how to run my business a lot differently than I originally thought I would. And we've gone in a totally different direction, but it's been really positive, and it's done nothing but pay off for us. So I mean, in a sense, I'm grateful that the pandemic gave me that time to think about how I was going to run things and make me be creative and step out of the box and step out from behind that chair and actually become an owner and become a mentor and become part of the community and just be something more.
Well, just the growth in you has been, it's just like a joy to watch. I just can't say enough about just that. I mean, I see so much in your future. It's just crazy. And, it's interesting because my goal is to get owners out from behind the chair, so that they can enjoy their lives. And too often, owners are just really get trapped in there going, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go, I got to go. Now you are, but you choose it. Like, you're a crazy person. Like, I know you love what you do.
I do. I love my clients. They're my people. They helped build this into what it is, and without them, I would be nothing. But on the other hand, it is nice to know that I can walk away now. Like we've built a team, and we have such a great community and such a great culture happening within the salon that I could go. I can take a day off here and there, and I can work on other things, and I can bring in new ideas. And my team is so amazing on the fact that they always support me. They support my crazy phone calls when, I'm like, hey, we're doing this and this is happening. And they're like, okay, Carla, let's go. Like they're always game.
That's why I love you. So I love you so much. It's like, you just got the same energy. Like, we've spent Saturday nights at like 11:30 going, oh, okay, I guess we should go to bed now. Right.
Yeah. Like, let's do this. Okay. And then this. Right. And so, just having those people around you, like, we talk about attraction, I feel like I've attracted a really great team, and they're just awesome. And without that, it's really hard to move forward. You need that community.
Yeah. Well, you really took that group idea. I know that you have a personal group. You really took that group idea to heart. I mean, that connection that you make with your community, that connection. I mean, those hairdressers, they saw you and what you were doing and knew that they wanted to be a part of that kind of culture and that kind of brand. And I think you've just made so many gains and leaps towards really focusing in on who you are as a salon in your community.
Yeah, it's we've taken on so many different ideas, and we've put some different things out there into the group. And I mean, some things work and some things don't, and that's just how you grow and how you learn, and that's totally okay. But
I've been taking notes.
Really great. Pardon?
I've been taking notes.
Good. Me too. So, the group was just a really great idea. It was such a neat way to get out there and interact with, new clients and people that don't come to the salon, but then they see us out there. And, I run into people all the time who are like, oh, I see you on my newsfeed all the time, and, they've brought in so many different, we've brought in so many different people to different events that we've had. And, it's just been really neat to see all the new faces. It's awesome.
Well, you just exploded this year. You just really did. And I'm not new. And so to see somebody who just like, I mean, I'm thinking, let's double your business, but to see it quadruple like that, it was just like crazy. You weren't dreaming big enough before, obviously. I
No.
know. I know that now at the beginning of 2021, that the things that you thought you would be planning for, I mean, once you go through that ceiling of what you thought would be really great, I mean, you've just so busted through that ceiling of what would be really great if this happened, that you have a whole new picture. And so when we look at what's moving salons forward now, things like subscription services, I mean, memberships, private memberships, loyalty programs, email marketing, web pages,
Yeah.
traditionally, we're not all this technologically stoked, whereas I think to have to learn a bunch of new things like you have is,
Yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure. And half the time I don't know what I'm doing, and that's okay. I'm figuring
do it
it
anyway.
out and doing it anyways. I may
Yeah.
not know what the heck's going on, but I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's forcing us to do something different, and salons need to do that. We've been held back, and there's a dime a dozen. I mean, I think we've got at least 10 salons in my town, and we have to do something different. We have to step above. You've got to raise that bar.
Yeah. Well, it's in times like these, though, where you do have that winnowing, where you got to kind of make those changes and make those adjustments and just sort of realize that this is kind of going to be normal, and how is business going to look like going forward. And I know that a lot of it's going to be digitally entwined, and it's just going to be like really different and really, and you know what? We are all losing. We're all learning together for sure. Yeah. Well, I know in a time like this, like I know that there's a lot of coaching programs out there, and they want to talk about numbers and service to sale. I mean, when I say to you, so how are your numbers? It's like, they're really great. But now I think there's no point in tracking numbers or service sales ratios or not no point. Sorry, I take that back. Service sale ratios or how to grow if you're not, bringing in a ton. Like, I mean, I'm sure you're looking at it differently going, okay, I guess I better do some
tracking. Yeah.
tracking.
Yeah, exactly. See what works and what doesn't, and where everything's coming from, for sure. I mean, it's, what was I going to say? I'm trying to word this properly. We've always been trained and coached in a certain way, and it's been the same thing over and over again. It's not new. It's not forward thinking. It's always been the same. So, what you've brought to the table for me is something different. And, like I'm doing it differently than I ever thought I would. And having somebody to bounce these ideas off of and getting these ideas from you and, us going kind of through this is, it's different, and it's not something that I've ever had before. Like I've worked with other people, and this is new, and this is forward thinking, and this is where it needs to go, and this is the path that other salons need to go on. Like it's changing. Our world is different, and we need to go with it, or we're going to get stuck behind.
Well, I really hear you. This year is the first year I learned the value of personal coaching, because I've been spending a lot of time in coaching programs myself, learning, because just when you think, you can have a really good idea, but when you don't have that kind of, I don't know, I've just found it to be really game changing for me, because I like to always think around the corner. And so when I'm talking to people who are trying to coach me or talk to me, and they're talking about what was around the last corner, it just becomes very super frustrating. And so when I'm talking to people who are helping me grow my business, I need somebody who's kind of got some new thinking. So I really appreciate you coming on here, Carla. And I said 15 minutes because I got you on here twice. So I'm going to say goodbye to Carla. But Carla, one last thing. So, I'm taking on some one-on-one clients this year, and I'm going to take on some 2-to-1 clients this year. I'm only going to take on a handful of them. But do you think it'd be worthwhile to consider working with me?
Absolutely. You have been a game changer as far as our business here goes. I don't know. I don't know if I can even put it into words how much you've helped me and how you've gone that extra mile. You know, it hasn't just been, you know, your 9 to 5 job. It's, you know, we're talking midnight on a Saturday night. Hey, I got an idea, you know. Um, you've really, really gone above and beyond. And I really appreciate that. And I know that you would do that for anybody. And, you know, people just need to take that leap of faith. You know what you're doing. You've been in this industry forever. And yeah, I think anybody working with you forward will do nothing but flourish, and they'll
Aw.
be blessed to have you.
Oh, thanks, man.
So
Well,
yes,
listen, everybody's got to follow Carla. Carla is opened up her group. I would absolutely join her group. It's called Beyond Beauties. And just take a look at some of the different promotions and some of the different things she's done. You can learn a lot just even going and joining her group. I have a group called Simple Salon Solutions. Actually, it's called 2021 Salon Solutions. Change the name. Feel free to pop in there if you want to take a look a little closer, if you're a salon owner and you're just kind of wondering about those types of things. And follow Carla on her Instagram at Carla
underscore stylist.
stylist. She's going to go and write it in the comments down there, her contact information to get a hold of her, because she's just very inspiring. And it's just an example of how you make plans when you can't make plans in a moment of chaos, when things are sort of coming down. She made plans anyway. And I think going forward into 2021, it's just make a plan and it changes. If Carla's plans had not changed in 2020 period, she would be looking at a completely different business this year.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Things you have to go with the change, or like I said, you're going to get left behind. And having somebody who's with that and ready to take that on is huge.
Yeah. Well, you gotta go follow her group there, guys, because it's if I'm sitting there, I'm watching her group and I'm taking notes. I'm saying, so how did that one work out? So how did that one work out? How did that one work out? Because she just took off. She's just like a wild child. She just took on, did her own thing. How dare her? But thanks again for coming on, Carla. I'm going to let you get on with your day now, and we will talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Heather.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.